Hello, everyone. Dr. J here at Libs Chiropractic Center, and I am stoked to be joined with Rob Fox. He is a firefighter here in Pacific Beach at Station 21, right there by the beach, and he's also the owner of Resolute Fitness, personal training, and online coaching. How you doing today, Rob?
Wow, how about yourself, Doc?
I'm doing good, doing good. Again, I'm just keeping up these interviews, trying to connect with local people, talk about what they've been up to the last few months, what they think is going to happen moving forward. And obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about health because I know that's a big thing in both of our lives. So how have things been with the station and what's been going on the last few months, given everything going on?
The station in PB, it's been different. Typically, outside of this whole pandemic thing, we'd the engine out of there would be running 24, 26 calls a day, which is fairly nonstop. Lately, we've been down to about 4. So it's come to a
Wow.
it's come to a screeching halt. So that's an adjustment, and we're definitely, even though we'd rather not have all this going on, we're definitely appreciating the break and calls for service. And it's been interesting because a lot of the calls we typically get are alcohol related, or just calls that aren't really something you should be calling 911 for.
Sure.
And that's part of why I also have my health coaching business as well, as to educate people about how to care for themselves. And 911's a last resort for what it truly should be, like dead or dying. Um, but life around the station is different. We're right there at the beach in Pacific Beach. For those who don't know where it is, we're about 200 feet from the sand. So we're right there, right in the middle of it. Foot traffic all day long. There's bars all around us. There's a lot of activity going on. And with everything shut down, it was just literally a ghost town for a while. And now that the beaches are open, restaurants are opening back up, people are getting back to work, we're starting to see an increase in activity,
Yeah.
and which is good. And even though it's more work for us, we're starting to see the calls creep up. We welcome it, because then it's a sign that normalcy is returning.
Has everybody been working full time still?
Yeah, we're there 24/7, 365, all across the city. We're there on holidays, weekends, nights. We never shut down.
Right.
Even when there's big fires going on around the city, county, state that we send units out to, we always have resources available to handle things in the city. So
Sure.
we never go dark there. We're always there. Everybody's still working. I can't give too much information because of HIPAA, privacy stuff, but out of almost 1,000 firefighters, we've only had one that had a confirmed COVID illness, and he made a full recovery. Super healthy individual as well, and it took him a while. Even though he's super healthy, it beat him down a little bit, but
He,
he made a full
he
recovery.
was symptomatic.
Yeah, he had the symptoms, and but he made a full recovery, and he's back to work. So we've been lucky compared to other cities that we haven't seen the volume of calls that other cities have, like LA or New York,
Right.
regarding COVID. And two, our police officers and firefighters and lifeguards have barely been touched by the virus, or if they have, they've been asymptomatic, or nothing at all. So we've been very lucky in San Diego.
Yeah. I mean, I know me and you both look at a lot of the information going on, and we're not exactly pro mainstream media, if that's
Yeah,
if that's the PC way of putting it. Um,
lamestream media, lamestream.
right, but definitely the biggest thing that comes out of it with what my message will be going forward is all the stats. I don't care what side of the spectrum, if you think this is all BS or you think this is pandemic or you think this is the scariest thing that's ever happened and everyone was supposed to die. What matter where you are on the spectrum, obesity, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, all the pre-existing conditions that are all based on how you take care of yourself. What are your lifestyle choices? We're all gigantic predisposed exposing factors for people that not only
Exactly.
contracted the virus, but had major symptoms, or most of the stats are based off the deaths, right? 70+% of
Yep.
them were obese. Like, obesity, I mean, I'm gonna be blunt here, like, that's all based on what you put in your mouth. Yes, you might have thyroid issues. Yes, you might have some pre-existing conditions, genetically speaking, but you could
Yep.
still eat a bunch of vegetables and fruits and you could be pretty, in shape. But, I only promote people
Yeah.
eating healthy.
Oh, for sure.
I
For
promote
sure.
moving your body and eating healthy. I don't get into the conditions too much, if you will, but obviously I'd like to hear a little bit more about, your new venture with coaching and training people. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I've been doing that for I guess almost 4 years now. It's gone through a couple name changes. Some people may recognize Modern Savage Fitness and then Salt and Iron Training.
That I
And
remember.
the name change just reflects my refinement towards what I'm going for. Ultimately, is just went from training tactical athletes and just having a hardcore, hard charging mindset to a more broad-based approach. Just want to get people healthy because like you said, with this virus, it's just a slap in the face, a wake-up call that, hey, your lifestyle choices have an effect on you, and it's never been more obvious.
Right.
As it is, we lose 300,000 people a year to obesity, diabetes related issues. That's a lot of people, and
Yeah.
that could all be prevented. Myself, diet wise, I'm a carnivore, like 90%. I eat some fruits and nuts when they're in season, and I have kids, so of course I splurge with them every now and then. But for my clients, my approach is cut out the grains, cut out the sugars,
100%.
bare minimum of alcohol. I mean, I know alcohol is a big social thing, but like anything else, don't overdo it. Healthy, clean foods. Don't eat the prepackaged crap, processed stuff, anything with more than two or three ingredients in it, because it's just not good for you. It's going to cause all sorts of issues, weight gain. I'm sorry, go ahead.
When now the farmers market opened up, which is literally a block and a half away from where you are, do
Yeah.
you and the local firefighters go over there and get all your fruits and veggies?
We do take advantage of it. The days that my crew is on duty, some of the other crews do as well.
Sure.
For us, our shopping is more a matter of convenience, because farmers market isn't till the afternoon.
Sure.
So we do our shopping in the morning, get it out of the way, because we're there for 24 hours. So we typically do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so we get our shopping done before the farmers market opens up. But we'll typically go over there just for personal items and just to support local businesses as well.
Yeah,
we have a great relationship with the Pacific Beach community, with all the businesses. We try and support as many as we can, because over the years, they've given great support to us, done fundraisers, gotten a lot of money donated to the fire station. That's just helped us out in huge ways with different pieces of equipment that the city doesn't buy for us. And so we're happy to return the favor and be big supporters of our supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you still run the Instagram for Pacific Beach Fire Station 21?
I do.
Yeah, awesome.
I do. If anybody's looking for that, it's PB Fire Station 21.
What's your other Instagrams?
My personal one is off the top of my head, I think it's just Rob Fox.
Yeah.
And then Resolute_fitness_ is where you can find my coaching business as well.
Right. Okay, awesome. And you're taking on new clients right now to train and coach, right?
I am. I've been doing some online clients. We're still waiting to move into the pilot phase 3 or the phase 3, get the official green light for actually training clients in person. It's one of the last things, along with hair salons and barbers and stuff. So we're lumped in there, and of course it's all going to be how can we accomplish it with social distancing measures and masks, which I'm not a fan of, especially during exercise. counterintuitive in so many ways.
Right.
So there's definitely gonna be some challenges moving forward to figure out how we're going to work this out
Right.
on a number of different levels.
Absolutely. So I remember a few months ago, I went into the fire station and took care of the firefighters. So that was really awesome. But I don't really recall. Do you have any other experience with chiropractic care prior to when I came in and took care of you guys?
I've seen a chiropractor a few times over the years
Awesome.
for a number of injuries I've sustained over a 20-year career, and then
Yeah, I imagine.
8 years in the Army as well. That type of service takes its toll on you after a while, and
Right.
as you get older, it doesn't get any easier to recover.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean, my message is all about not only you have to get your spine in alignment and getting your nervous system checked, but I mean, you come into play perfectly with what you put in your body, how you move your body, and I know me and you are all about what you put up here is super important as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on here, Rob. Is there anything else you wanted to share or talk about at all?
Just, you know what? There's so much information out there about everything right now. In particular, the COVID virus. And I advise everybody, if you got questions, do your own research. Don't rely on mainstream media to guide your health choices. Because a lot of times what you see on mainstream media, it's clickbait. That's all it is, clickbait, or I like to call it panic porn. Um, and it gets you worked up, and then you don't investigate any further. It just
Correct.
works. They feed on people's emotions. So whether it's the COVID virus, diet, fitness, do your own research. Look at multiple sources. Don't just look for sources that are going to give you positive affirmations to what you already believe in. Look at conflicting ideas as well,
Correct.
and meet somewhere in the middle, because uh, there's always emerging evidence, new stuff coming out about fitness and nutrition in particular regarding our food chain, how heavily involved big corporations are in making those government decisions, the government guidance, what goes in food, how you're feeling. And a lot of those times, most of the times, those interests don't align with your interests, which should be to be in the best possible health that you can. They're all about the money. So, that's exactly why you should be doing your own research,
Yep.
because you're your own best advocate
If you,
when it comes to your health.
I always talk about follow the money. You ever have a
Yeah.
question, just see who's profiting from it, and that'll probably give you
Yeah.
a pretty good conclusion to what's going on.
Yeah. Whether it's an endorsement or a study that comes out about fats are bad or whatever, look to see who funded that study. More often than not, it's going to be Coca-Cola. They fund studies about sugar. CrossFit's got a big lawsuit against Coke and the soda industry and sugar in particular. And but then all of a sudden a study comes out and says, oh, soda's not bad. Who funded the study? Oh, it was Coke or Pepsi that funded it, that said it's good for you.
Right, of course. I had an interesting debate with one of my close friends about everything going on and just health in general. He chooses to literally eat anything he wants whenever he wants because he works out all the time, but he's had some serious health issues before. And the point is, me and him went back and forth and debated so much that we really got nowhere until I said, you know what? Really all I'm about going forward is promoting health in the world of eat healthy, exercise, get adjusted, and think positively. And I want to just keep promoting different ways and avenues that people can approach those things, because I believe that those 4 components is where true health and wellness come from. And his answer was very simple. He's like, you do that, we'll get along fine. So that's why I think me and you get along so well, is because that's what we talk about.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the best thing for people who um, aren't hardcore into health and fitness, is just to give them a broad approach to it. Say, hey, just do the bare minimum here. Do the research on your own, see how you feel, and then then you refine it from there. Because I think most people, when you start getting into the nitty gritty of different things like macros and what diet is the best for you and different types of workouts. It kind of, people tune it out and turn it off. So I think if you do a broad-based approach and allow those people to wake up and start thinking on their own and figuring stuff out, that's where I find it really sticks the most, is when they learn it for themselves.
Yeah. I mean, knowledge is power.
Exactly.
Yep,
That is the truth.
absolutely. Well, thanks for hopping on with us today. Thanks for everything that you do and all your service. We really appreciate it. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
You too, Doc. I appreciate it.
Yep. See ya.